Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on these earthquakes that have happened recently, which are just a sign of the times. Just like the storms and tempests have been increasing and the fires have been increasing, and also the violence amongst the people has been increasing. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read these headlines, get some precepts, and the Lord's will, you're edified. It says 5 earthquakes rattle California. It says seismic activity on January 18th, 4.0 magnitude earthquake close to Petrolia, CA registered. January 17th, earthquake of 2.7 magnitude registered near Ferndale, CA. It's an earthquake detected in northwest Alabama. 6.0 earthquake hits off Oregon coast. Said people in Eugene report feeling 6.0 earthquake off Oregon coast. Magnitude 4.9 earthquake strikes Guerrero, Mexico. Said camera shakes as earthquake hits Mexico. 2 earthquakes strike Alabama northwest of Birmingham. Says preliminary 3.3 magnitude earthquake strikes in San Benito County. Magnitude 3.0 earthquake shakes Fontana, CA on January 18th. 2.5 magnitude earthquake shakes near Little Creek, CA on January 18th. Earthquake measuring 3.1 rattles area near Johannesburg, CA on January 18th. So it's just one after another. It says Sandpoint 3.8 magnitude. 4.0 earthquake strikes near Eureka in California's Humboldt County. So it's just one after the other. And it's just non-stop earthquakes. And these earthquakes are signs of the Heavenly Father visiting. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And this is exactly what we see taking place all over the world. Earthquakes, storms and tempests and fires. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And when you look up the definition of diverse, it means many or multiple. And clearly there's earthquakes happening all over the world. But there's been a lot of earthquakes specifically happening in America, particularly around California. And a lot of people have been saying that California is overdue for a major earthquake because California does sit on a fault line. The fact that California sits on a fault line and then you have all of these varying magnitude earthquakes hitting different parts of California, and given the fact that California hasn't experienced a major earthquake in a very long time, and everyone says that they're overdue for one, you just know that when a major earthquake does hit, it's going to be a devastating one. Because we are in the last days, and the Lord is steady, intensifying his judgments upon the earth. Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3, Therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and there's plenty of both. There's earthquakes popping off all over the place, and there's uproars of the people in the form of protests happening all over the world in these different countries. This is why the brothers are constantly saying there is no getting around these scriptures. People want to say that the Bible is a made-up book, it's a fairy tale, it's not real. But yet everything written in the scriptures is literally happening today. The fires, the storms, the tempests, the earthquakes, the uproars of the people, the wars and the rumors of wars. It's all happening, just like the scriptures said it would. But yet people still want to deny the validity of the scriptures. And those very same people are going to be the people that the Lord destroys because they're not going to get right. They're going to continue to deny the validity of these scriptures. They're going to continue to not fear the Lord. And they're going to continue to run around being wicked with this YOLO, I can do whatever I want, wicked ass spirit that they have on them. And them continuing to be wicked is just going to provoke the Lord unto wrath. And the Lord is going to continue to send his spirits of vengeance, especially that death angel, upon these people to take them out. These people, these wicked, simple-minded people, they think it's a joke and they think it's a game, and it's not. The scriptures are literally coming alive right in front of people's face, and and they just ignore it. They don't want to accept it. So that at the end of the day, they're just going to die. 2 Ezra 9:4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Verse 6, Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder, and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And we're seeing it. We're seeing the powerful works. We're seeing the effects and the signs. The lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, the different moons, like the blood moons and, the new moons. We're seeing all the chaos erupting on the earth. These are all the powerful works and effects and signs of the Lord, letting you know what time and season we're in, and that we are in the last days. And things are only going to get more intense, more destructive, more violent, more dangerous, more deadly. And the only ones that are going to be protected from this are the members of the hopeful elect who fear the Lord, who believe in these scriptures, who live their life as righteously as they can. Those are the only people that the Lord is going to protect. All of these wicked ass people who think that they can spend their whole life being wicked and then turn around and say, oh, I'm going to give my life over to the Lord, as if that's how that works. Those people are going to die. 1 Peter 3:12. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And that's right. So the Lord is against the majority of the people on this planet. Because majority of the people on this earth are wicked. They're wicked and they're evil and they're against the scriptures. And they're against following the things written in the scriptures. And these people, they don't fear the Lord. A lot of people don't believe that the Lord exists. They say a lot of blasphemous things about the Lord. Like, there's a laundry list of reasons why the Lord is going to destroy these people and why these people deserve to be destroyed. But before the Lord destroys them, he's going to turn these people's life upside down and inside out in ways they never knew it could be. Isaiah 48:22. There is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And that's right. The Lord is just going to keep piling on the judgments onto these wicked people, just making their life more and more difficult and unbearable. Like, these people are going to learn the hard way that angering the Lord is the wrong thing to do. The Lord is the last one you want to piss off. And people are daily pissing off the Lord with their continual wickedness. Even though you have the men of the Lord all over the world warning the people of what their actions are going to result in, which is their destruction. But see, those of us of the hopeful elect, because the Lord has blessed us with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, we know what time and season we're in. We know that these scriptures are true. So all we can do is warn the people, and if the Lord puts the Spirit on them to listen, then that's great. If the Lord puts the Spirit on them not to listen, then they're going to get destroyed. All we can do is continue to fear the Lord, stay prayed up, rehearse the righteous acts daily, follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, continue to read, continue to watch, continue to live as righteously as we can. Obviously, we're in this flesh, so we're not going to get everything right. But as long as, we are very, repentful, and, we just, every day, we just try to be better than we were yesterday. The Lord, he's going to continue to deal with us. Because the Lord knows our heart. He knows our intentions. The Lord knows that those of us of the hopeful elect, we don't want to participate in this wickedness that's going on in this society or in any other society. We don't want any parts of it. If brothers could, they honestly would just go out on the highways and hedges all the time and just do lessons all the time. But you got to deal with your family. Sometimes you get sick. You got to go to work. There's just so many other carnal things you got to deal with. But as long as your mindset is on these scriptures and your mindset is on enduring unto the end and Adawan Ratazah being saved, that's what the Lord wants. He wants you to trust in him. He wants you to fear him. He wants you to have that spirit of enduring, And things are going to get a lot more difficult, even for those of us of the hopeful elect, because the Lord, he has to test us. Everybody has to go through Jacob's trouble. But those of us of the hopeful elect, Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will, if we are of the elect and we are of that chosen number, we're going to pass these tests with flying colors. And one thing that I, say to myself is that the Lord has gotten me through so much in my life already. So I have no doubt that he's going to continue to guide me and get me through whatever situations he places me in. All I have to do is continue to trust that he's going to deliver me. No matter how bad it gets, no matter how long it takes, we all have to keep that faith that the Lord put us in these situations. And as long as we remain faithful to him, he's going to get us out of them. These wicked people, however, they don't stand a chance. Because they don't have that faith. They don't have that fear. They rely on their carnal weaponry, and they rely on Esau to, protect them. And that's not going to get them far enough. It'll get them somewhere, but ultimately they're going to die because they're not trusting in the Lord. They're trusting in themselves. Like it says in Deuteronomy 32:39, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. The Lord is the one who puts people in certain situations. Traps them in a house that's on fire. Gets them into a severe car crash. Multi-vehicle pileup. The Lord is the one who puts the spirit on animals to attack people. The Lord puts the spirit on people to attack people. Nothing happens without the Lord green lighting it. That's why you're supposed to fear the Lord, because he's the one controlling everything. And if he's angry with you, you're going to be the target. That's what these wicked, simple-minded people don't understand. All the people who get wounded and killed in these devastating earthquakes and these tornadoes and these floods and these fires, those are people that the Lord was angry with because those were wicked people. They were going through their life doing wickedness, doing drugs, committing adultery, eating abominable foods, getting tattoos, just doing a whole bunch of things that the Lord said don't do because they don't fear the Lord. These people have this I can do whatever I want spirit on them, and that's not the case. You cannot do whatever you want. But see, what those of us of the hopeful elect have to keep in mind is that the same wicked people of today were the same wicked people of the past, because we have to remember reincarnation. Every third or fourth generation after you die, you're brought back. So these people that are wicked on the earth right now, they were wicked in their past life. And they just came back and are doing the same wicked things they were doing before. And they're going to die just like they died before. There's a lot of people on the Heavenly Father's hit list. Wicked men, wicked women, and wicked children. Because like it says in Romans 2:11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. The Lord doesn't care who you are or who you think you are. If he's angry with you and he decides to put you in the ground, then you're gone. And there's nobody on this earth that can save you. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we have to keep that in mind. Whenever these devastating judgments happen and multiple people get wiped out, we have to understand that those people were not innocent. Because like it says in Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is nobody has ever perished being innocent. These people are not innocent. They're out here daily provoking the Heavenly Father into wrath. So the Lord, he's going to give them what they want. And then in verse 8, it says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So when these devastating, deadly judgments are brought upon people, that's them reaping what they've sown. They sowed wickedness. They angered the Lord. They provoked him unto wrath. And now they're getting punished for it. Plain and simple. It's just like with your parents. When you were a kid, you kept pissing off your parents and you kept acting up. Eventually, they beat you. That's basically what the Lord is doing. Because he knows these people, they're not going to get right. They're not going to, see the error of their ways. They're just going to get worse. The more that they think they're getting away with being wicked, the worse they're going to get. So the Lord is just flat out just killing them. Putting them in the spirit world. And that number is going to increase greatly. Like I said, this year, 2026, a lot more bodies are going to drop than last year. Every year is worse than the last in the form of judgments happening and people dying. And the men of the Lord are constantly telling people, hey, this is the Lord doing this. The Heavenly Father is judging you wicked ass people. But they don't listen. And there's nothing you can do to somebody that's not going to listen. You know, all you can do is warn them. And if they don't heed the warnings, then you get away from them, because the Heavenly Father is going to wipe them out. And you don't want to be anywhere near that. You know, and if you live with this person, and you can't physically get away from them, then just pray that the Lord, protects you, and that when he does decide to judge that person or those wicked people that you have to be around for whatever reason, that he just shields you from it. He makes sure that you're not around when it happens, or, whatever the case, That's the best you can do. But these people, they're going to die. And the Lord is not going to make their death swift either. He's going to make these people suffer. Like it says in 2 Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So people think that they're struggling right now, that they're experiencing hard times right now. They have no idea what the Lord has in store for them. The Lord is really about to open the floodgates of judgment upon these people. All of this laughing and joking and scoffing and scorning that these people have been doing, that's about to go out the window. Because these people are about to be too busy suffering and crying and mourning and weeping due to all the miseries that the Lord is about to send upon them. And these earthquakes are one of those miseries. The Lord is about to turn up these earthquakes and make them more intense and destructive and deadly, just like these fires. Like that wildfire that happened out there in California. What was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago? All those people that lost their homes and everything. The Lord is about to bring judgments like that back, but even worse. Like, this is not a joke. And only those of us of the hopeful elect seem to be taking it seriously, because we actually understand what's happening and why it's happening. And Tawadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for that, for putting the Spirit on us to understand and to fear him and to want to do righteousness in his eyes. So, but with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.